one of the things that I want to talk to you about is the JFK files. And one of the things that you said was that if they showed you...
How does Joe Rogan spend $100 million? Let's dive in. Joe Rogan isn't just the guy behind the mic. He's a walking empire. With over $60 million pouring in yearly and a net worth north of $200 million, Rogan's lifestyle is as wild as his podcast guests. From luxury homes to supercars, here are 5 unbelievable ways he spends his fortune. Let's start where the money lives, Rogan's jaw-dropping real estate collection. At the heart of it is his $14.4 million Austin, Texas mansion, nestled right along Lake Austin. This Tuscan-style dream home is just straight out of a billionaire's Pinterest board. We're talking massive floor-to-ceiling glass walls, views that scream serenity, and a custom-built Sorinex gym that looks more pro-athlete than podcast host. Inside, it's a cozy blend of rustic charm and high-end design, complete with antique furnishings that scream taste, not tacky. Before Austin, Rogan called California home. His $3.4 million Bell Canyon estate, which he sold in 2021, spanned 7,500 square feet and sat cliffside with views that went on forever. The house had not one, but 2 master bathrooms, a game room built for kings, and a vibe that was more Hollywood escape than suburban living. But why the move to Texas? Simple: freedom and finance. Rogan made it clear. California's sky-high taxes and increasing restrictions were a no-go. In Austin, there's no state income tax, more personal space, and a community vibe that fits his independent spirit. And the homes? They're not just for relaxing. Many of Rogan's spaces double as prep zones for his hunting expeditions, psychedelic journeys, and even podcast recordings. Whether it's chilling after elk hunting or getting in the zone for an intense JRE episode, his properties are designed to support every side of his lifestyle. From cliffside luxury to lakeside peace, Rogan's real estate picks are bold, beautiful, and unapologetically his. Next up, Joe Rogan's garage. And trust me, it's not your average dude with a couple cool cars situation. This is a millionaire's muscle museum. Front and center is the Hennessy Venom F5, a $2.1 million supercar that looks like it was built for time travel. With over 1,800 horsepower and a top speed that could technically hit 300+ miles per hour, this beast is the definition of overkill, and Rogan loves it. On his podcast, he called it insane, and if you've seen this car rip through a straightaway, you'll get why. Then there's his Porsche 911 GT3 RS, valued at over $200,000. For Rogan, this isn't just a car. It's therapy on wheels. He's described the driving experience as pure joy, and if you're into cars, you know the GT3 RS is a track legend. Lightweight, raw, and razor sharp, just like Rogan's humor. Now, let's throw in some good old American power with the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Supercharged V8, ridiculous torque, and a sound that could wake your neighbors from 3 blocks away. It's classic muscle with a modern attitude, perfect for someone who grew up loving horsepower.
First of all, I think you've seen our Pikes Peak race car, dark helmet.
Surprisingly, he's also got a Tesla Model S in the mix. It's fast, clean, and futuristic, a nice balance between eco-consciousness and Rogan's need for speed. You've got to admire the range of styles he's into. And then there's the Ford F-150 Raptor, a rugged off-road machine that's built for adventure. Whether he's headed out for a hunting trip or just wants to bulldoze through backcountry trails, the Raptor gets the job done. Rogan doesn't just own cars, he lives and breathes them. He talks about performance, design, and driving experiences on the JRE all the time. For him, cars aren't just a status symbol, they're an extension of his personality. From luxury garages to the great outdoors, Joe Rogan's next obsession takes us deep into the wild. Rogan doesn't just hunt for sport. For him, it's a full-blown lifestyle. He's spent millions on private, elite hunting expeditions, especially targeting elk in Texas and Colorado. These aren't your average weekend camping trips. Think remote wilderness, expert guides, and some of the most pristine hunting grounds in the US. And when it comes to gear, Rogan's setup is next level. We're talking custom bows, top-tier rifles, and high-end optics built for precision. His attention to detail is insane. He once spent an entire podcast episode breaking down arrow designs and compound bow tuning. For Joe, every piece of equipment is part of the experience, and he doesn't cut corners. But here's where it gets even more personal: wild game cooking. His kitchen isn't just stocked with protein shakes and supplements. It's custom built to handle fresh venison, elk steaks, and all the meats he brings back from the field. He's passionate about using the whole animal, often grilling, smoking, or slow-cooking wild game with the precision of a 5-star chef. You'll even catch him swapping recipes with guests mid-episode. It's not just about hunting, it's about respecting what you harvest. And if you think this is all just macho fantasy, think again. Joe's a big advocate for conservation and ethical hunting. He regularly talks about how controlled, responsible hunting helps manage populations, fund conservation programs, and promote a deeper connection to nature. His stance? You should know where your food comes from. And if you're going to eat meat, be mindful and respectful about it. And yes, because it's Joe Rogan, there's always a twist. In one episode, he jokingly floated the idea of hunting with a flamethrower. Not serious, we hope, but it shows how Rogan blends passion with personality. Whether he's tracking elk through the mountains or roasting a wild boar back home, it's all part of his raw, rugged identity. If you thought Joe Rogan just talks to UFC fighters, think again. The guy trains like one. Rogan's home gym is a pro-level training facility. He's invested over $100,000 into a custom Sorinex setup, complete with heavy-duty racks, elite weight systems, kettlebells, sleds, and all the latest recovery tech. This isn't a room with a treadmill. It's a fortress of fitness, and it's not just for lifting. Rogan's a serious Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner, holding black belts in both 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and GIBJJ. That's not just rare, it's elite. He trains regularly, sparring with top-level fighters and breaking down grappling techniques like a scientist. His passion for martial arts runs so deep, UFC fighters train with him just to level up their skills. But what happens when you push your body that hard? Recovery becomes everything. Enter cryotherapy and sensory deprivation tanks. Rogan swears by both. Cryo sessions help reduce inflammation, speed up muscle recovery, and give him that reset feeling after brutal workouts. Then there's the float tank, his secret weapon for mental clarity, deep relaxation, and unlocking what he calls another level of consciousness. He's talked about spending hours in sensory isolation, using it to battle stress, enhance focus, and explore his mind. Most people meditate. Rogan? He floats. Put it all together and what do you get? A fitness routine so intense, so dialed in, and so high-tech that it rivals top-tier training camps. Rogan doesn't just stay in shape, he pushes his limits like a man on a mission. If you thought Joe Rogan just slapped a mic on a table and hit record, you haven't seen the Joe Rogan experience up close. This podcast isn't just popular, it's a $200 million plus empire. And the studio? It's pure podcast royalty. Let's start with the deal that changed everything. Rogan's Spotify contract, initially rumored at over $100 million, is now estimated to be worth more than $200 million with bonuses and expanded reach. While it was once exclusive to Spotify, it's now open again, meaning millions more listeners every month and an even bigger audience funnel. But it's not just the numbers that impress. The studio itself is a state-of-the-art recording sanctuary. We're talking high-end microphones with crystal-clear audio, broadcast-grade cameras for clean video, and full soundproofing that makes every guest feel like they're speaking straight into your soul. Lighting, backdrops, the table setup, it's all custom designed for maximum comfort, vibe, and quality. And Joe doesn't stop at tech. The guest experience is next level. If you're appearing on JRE, chances are you're getting the VIP treatment. That includes private jets for high-profile guests, luxury green rooms stocked with everything from supplements to snacks, and sometimes even post-show parties where conversations keep flowing long after the cameras stop rolling. This is more than just a podcast. It's a full-blown experience, a creative playground built to spark deep conversations and viral moments. And speaking of the moment, this studio has seen legends walk through its doors. Elon Musk lighting up a joint, Bernie Sanders discussing policy, and Mike Tyson talking psychedelics and boxing, all under Rogan's roof. Each episode becomes a cultural moment, and every guest gets to be part of something bigger than just an interview. Joe Rogan built his empire one episode at a time, but his studio is the throne room where the magic happens. From private jets to hypercars, Joe Rogan's $100 million lifestyle is a bold mix of luxury, discipline, and pure passion. He's not just rich, he's living intentionally. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insane celebrity lifestyles and behind-the-scenes stories.